Good evening, Greg here, burning both ends, burning on the back end of another great day. A lot of successes today, and something that I just did just before this post. So, and this is actually a tactic that I really enjoy doing, because I've heard a lot of positive and negative things about having a task list, right? I've heard good things where now you get in front of you and you see what's before you. I've heard another position that it's like a horrible thing because now you're just kind of writing down all the things you haven't done yet, and it's very demoralizing. I mean, I guess it depends on how I hold it or how I choose to hold it. I mean, I don't mind a task list, but what I just did just before this post, so I was running through my successes and the ones that have been up there for a couple of days I haven't hit yet. I was like, all right, let me just knock off ones that I know take like less than 5 minutes. Let me just run down the list and boom, there's one, boom, there's another, right? And I was able to do, I'm not sure how many, but like 4 or 5 little tasky things that were like less than 5 minutes each. I think I sat down at about 10:15, and so now it's almost 10:30. And so, June 13th, 2018. So in about 15 minutes, I knocked off maybe like 4 or 5 little tasky things. And I have to, I like this technique because, I'm checking things off my list. I'm writing done. And it feels really good. It feels really empowering. So now I don't feel so bad in working on these other things that take a little bit longer time. And so, and something that I'm feeling, and I'll admit this, right? So this is something that I got to work on is, right? So I'm in this iCore work. It's very overwhelming type of work because there are just infinitely many things to do, and I'm never going to finish them all, and there always seems to be more things to do. And what happens when I get in this mode is I start to get stressed out when I notice inefficiencies. Like today we had a 2-hour telecon, and I just noticed inefficiencies there. That call went late. It went like 15 minutes late. Inefficient. And these things eat at me. It's interesting. And so one of the things I'm practicing is not letting them eat at me. Like, notice that I see them and go, all right, not, out of my control. All I can do is control my actions and what I choose to do. I can't control, there are going to be inefficiencies. Like, for example, when it's like 5:15 p.m. and I got to go pick up my girls, and I know between the minute I leave till probably 9 o'clock at night, that is a block of time for the family, and I just give up trying to get work done at that time. It's a time to spend time with my girls. It's time to cook dinner, clean up, just get them into bed, read books, do all that good daddy stuff. And so anyway, and so that's another time where stress can build because I'm not actively working, and it kind of bugs me, but I'm practicing just letting go and just like, all right, that now is family time. Let's focus on family time. So that way, when I get back into the garage, I can focus on work time. And so, but I'm working on these self-awareness around these inefficiencies and how it adds stress to me and how it's not worth it. It doesn't empower me to do anything. It just takes away energy. And so, but today I was able to block a little bit of it. I felt it. I was able to kind of just literally, little mantra, not going to let that get to me. And it didn't get as much to me, right? I'm not perfect with it yet. But it didn't get as much to me. And I find that if I smile, if I laugh about something, that really helps. So anyway, so I'm just, self-awareness, self-auditing, Gary Vee style. And then the other thing is, so it's about 10:32 right now, so I'll probably be done with this post by about 10:45. I want to get to bed by midnight. I don't want to go to bed after midnight, so I'm going to have, the way I see it, I'm going to have 3 blocks of 25 minutes, roughly. All right, I'll have about 75 minutes before midnight. And so I want to work on 3 discrete things. I want to work on, in the green section, under HPD, the schedule. I just want to put a dent in that. I want to work under CSC. There's a begin light mask design. I want to start looking at that. And then the other 25 minutes, I just want to do iCore. This is just going to be kind of tasky work. I got a log. We had a great interview today, by the way. I find that, calling these big companies and reaching out to the salespeople, because the salespeople are trained to get back to people very quickly. And so we got a sales guy from one of the companies, and he knows a lot of market data, price points, product attributes, competition, things like that. And what was cool is that we were telling him about, a little bit about what we're doing, but kind of teasing out of him what they really, what they'd like to see at the same time. And I find that like it's a give and take. I mean, we're not supposed to say anything about the technology, but you have to give a little bit because they're hungry. They want to know. But anyway, but he was excited. He's going to head to headquarters in next week. It's in France. He's going to talk to some folks there about their level of interest. He certainly seemed interested with some of the key points that we were able to mention, the key attributes and what we'd be able to reduce on their side. So, and this is a company that could be like a partner or a collaborator. So pretty exciting. So all I gotta say is that this success journal, it's still working. I'm enjoying this list. I'm enjoying being able to see it. Let's carry out the rest of the week. Let's see if I can be disciplined and knock off 3 of these tasks. See that I'm not knocking off 3 of these tasks. I'm just hitting 3 of them, just to put a dent in each one. I mean, the iCore work is infinite work, and I'm never going to finish that. These other things obviously do have an end game. And so for the schedule, for example, I need to have something complete for Friday because I got to go over it Friday with some folks. The light mask design, once again, Friday, I want to show that to people. I want to get that in Fab, so put a dent in it tonight, another dent in it tomorrow, wrap it up Friday morning. I think that's very doable. So, yeah. And then, interviews. We need to schedule lots of interviews for iCore. So that's where I'm at. I want to log this interview so that way I don't get behind in the documentation. Wow, that really causes that to autofocus, huh? This camera I got, it seems to like to autofocus. So, anyway. So that's tonight's post. So Success Journal is working. I'm being self-aware around, what causes, like my self-stress, I guess I'd call it. And then just to put myself up for some evening work, I just knocked off a bunch of tasks that take less than 5 minutes just to get some things off my plate. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, that's the post. Subscribe if you like what you hear. This is all about my journey. I'm an aspiring entrepreneur. I'm really enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying this grind. I really look forward to it. I find a lot of just comfort in how much time I've blocked off, yet still saving lots of time for family. I'm really enjoying that. So it's working well for me. The Success Journal is keeping me on track. I'm digging this 1 week chunk, and we'll just keep rolling with it. I might keep the Success Journal, going after iCore because I'm just digging this format. It's just forcing me to reevaluate things. And so subscribe, tell me about your journey. I'd love to hear about what's working for you. If you got questions or problems that you need help with, I love problem solving. Please, this is all about being of service. I've linked some awesome music down below. Check it out. There's a beat in the background. It's an Afro beat. I was heavily influenced by my man Fella Cootie, and just love this beat. And so check it out on SoundCloud. There are more beats I've written, different styles. And that's it. So get some sleep. I'm going to burn a little bit more. I got 3 little 25-minute shots to burn here. Let's see what else did I get. Cool. Yeah, let's show some things. So I got a cool case for my new tablet there. Pretty slick, like $15 from Amazon. And then another thing, let me just see, where is this thing? I got this. I need to back up these little videos, so I bought 4 terabytes on this little thing. It's Western Digital, and just to show you a difference here, so this is one. So this is pretty brand new, USB 3, pretty sweet. This is another Western Digital. You can see my old company logo on there. Look at this. This is like 60 gigabytes, regular USB. I think that's 60 gigabytes. 4 terabytes. Look at that size difference. Ooh. And look at that. This is probably 2010-ish. Does it say on there? If it is, I can't read it. 2010-ish, 2018. 4 terabytes, much smaller than the 60 gigabytes. So anyway, so got to back up my videos. So starting to squeeze my hard drive. All right, y'all. Well, so that's some new tech. I always love new tech. Always. I mean. But I find that I need to buy things that I need to use. If I buy something that I don't have a need for, it'll just sit around. And so that's why I needed some, to back up my my videos there. So y'all have a great night. Get some rest. Wake up tomorrow, crush it, inspire people, do great things. And then tomorrow's morning's post, we'll see if I hit those 3 things. All right. Y'all have a great night.